So when you play Farming Simulator 25, do you like to start out on a relatively small farm with the potential to grow with some bigger farms, some bigger fields, beautiful rolling hills in the heart of the good old US of A? You might like this map. I'm Farmer Teacher. Let's take a look around. Okay, you do start on a small farm. This is your little house here. You can't go inside, and it's pretty modest. And you don't even have a truck. You got this little 850 here to get you around your farm. You got a couple of fields here. You got a ½ acre of rye. And then over this way, you got about an acre of spelt. Okay, and that's it. You have these two small fields, so like an acre and a half, and that is it. Now, there does have some expansion potential. I'll show you when we go to the air, because you can take some of these trees out and enlarge your field. So that's good. You do have a lime station here. Your farm is modest, but you do have a lime station with the capacity of 360,000 liters of lime, which is a little strange, actually, but still cool. You got this nice garage here. You don't have a truck to go in it, but you might want to try to get one. You do have a pretty good silo. It holds 300,000 liters. That'll definitely get you started here. There are some cool farms on the map that you can trade up to. We're going to take a look at those. You do have the Great Plains cedar, but you need to add the fertilizer attachment if you want that, because it doesn't come with it. All right, you got this cool little barn here. Has a nice look, and it's got some stuff in there. You have the Massey Ferguson 8570 combine to get you started. And over here you have the header, so you have to pull that out, get going there. And you can pull that out with a couple of your tractors here. You have a Massey Ferguson 5709. It has 95 horsepower, but it's upgradable to 130. You got this tiny little fertilizer spreader. Okay, but it works great on these small fields. It actually works better than the larger ones using AI. You've got the Zetter Crystal with 150 horsepower. That's actually your largest tractor. So what I would do is go ahead and upgrade that to give you 130, and you can pull most of your things with either one. Okay, around here you got a fertilizer / lime spreader that certainly gets you going there. It does both. And you got a cultivator that you need 110 pounds for. One more reason to upgrade your Massey Ferguson to 130 horsepower. And that's your little farm right here. Let's look at it from the air. Well, let me show you on the map first. Okay, we are here down on this southwest corner of the map. And you have these two tiny fields here. Once again, ½ acre and 1 acre. Now, one thing you can do, this field has some stuff in it ready to go. And I did purchase that. It's $227,000. Borrow the money and go ahead and get that because you don't have much else. You have some water sources over here. We're going to fly around and look at these. Big water source over here. Let me just cycle through your equipment here so you can see something. Okay, you got your Massey Ferguson there. We looked at that. You got your Ape. You got your other Massey Ferguson tractor that's upgradable 130 horsepower. You got your Zetter tractor with 150. And you do have a boat if you have the Highlands fishing package. So if you look at the map, that's over here in this area. And your farm is over here. So you can come up there and go fishing on it. You cannot sell the boat, though. You cannot sell it. That won't work. Okay, the shop, you have a lot of points to sell over here, and the shop is right here. There's your shop, your stuff spawns here, and your workshop is there. All right, we'll take a closer look at some of these. You do have some farms in the area you can purchase. I think there's 5 farms that you can purchase, and we'll fly by and take a detailed look at those. And you do have 2 or 3 houses you can get, too, that are just houses. We'll see them from the air in a minute. So you have 5 farms and 3 houses if you want to do a start from scratch type thing. So let's see, here's one of the houses here. You can buy that for $56,000, $54,000, $54,000. There's a farm for $300,000, $215,000, $700,000, $356,000, and $349,000. All right, let's take a look at these from the air. Here's your 2 little tiny fields, but you can see, and here's your road, how you get out to the main road there. You can see, though, you do own these trees between your field and the road. Okay, so you can start doing some forestry if you want, sell the trees. Same thing over here. You own the trees between that and this other field. So you could expand some of this. You can also purchase this field for like $224,000, and it's ready to harvest anyway, so I would do that right away. There are some different bodies of water on the map that you can go to and go fishing. One of them has your boat in it, which is over here. And there's those farms you can purchase, which are really cool. Okay, look at this. Pretty big farm here. It's got some several barns there. Those Meridian silos, not a big fan, but hey, if you want them, they're here. In this farm you could purchase. Some of these fields, like this one is 13 acres, and this one is 60 acres. I think that's the largest field on the map. But you got some smaller ones too. Like I say, you start with 1.5 acre. This one's only 7 acres, and this one's only like just under 10. Then you got 7 acres there, 7 acres here. Here's another one of the farms you can purchase. It's got a big silo on there. And this house is a really cool setup here. You got that deck on the back, double garage, and the house you can go inside. I think we'll come back and go inside that. Some more large fields over here. There's your Grain West silo. Over here you have the grain mill. And if you want to work on something, there's your warehouse where you can purchase stuff. It's also a point of sale for some things. Yeah, you got the dairy over here. By the way, the productions on here have been increased. Let me just show you the production points. We're going to fly by them and you'll see them. But okay, you have a bakery, dairy, grain mill, spinnery, and a tailor shop. You don't own any productions, but you could certainly purchase some of those. They have increased capacity. Here's one of the little homesteads you could buy. It's just a house, a pool, and a garage. Nice little area, though, and it is surrounded by some fields that you could also purchase. That does not come with the cost of the house, though. Okay, coming around here, you have another farm you could purchase. Got a beautiful house on there, silo. Looks like lime and fertilizer bins, a gas tank, a barn. Pretty nice setup. Over here, you have another farm you can purchase with a cool-looking house there. Looks like a farmhouse. And it has Meridian silos. It has some nice barns there, though. And it looks like it has seeds, fertilizer, and lime, too. So that's pretty cool. Okay, coming on down here, you have another homestead you can purchase, just a house. Okay, coming over this way, this is the shop. Your stuff's going to spawn here, and you're going to take it here to get it worked on. The map is very well done. The fields are all irregular shaped. There's some nice hills. Look at that slope there. All the roads, looks like it's from the United States. You got the road signs. There's a lot of detail there as far as signs and stuff. You got the farmer's market over here. No matter where you go, you're going to see some people running about their daily activities here. Okay, there's the grocery store. There's people on the deck, people walking around. Just kind of neat. There's cars in the parking lot. So it looks used. That's one of your points of sale. Across the way there, you got a little auto shop. You don't really get your stuff worked on there. You know, you see people milling about there, walking around. They're going to the cafe over here, walking around from different points. There's parked cars. You got your gas station over here, a post office. There's your bakery. There's the tailor shop, the bank. There's people in front of Bob's hardware store. Fire department, there's somebody in front of that. And you got the spinnery over here. They mention that there's Bigfoot on the map, or the Ohio Grassman. That's kind of cool. And you might hear him periodically or see him looking at you from the woods. All right, here's one of your bigger farms you could purchase, and it does have, looks like a cow barn. We'll take a look at that here in a second. Just see how many cows you can get in there. Well, let me go show you some detail on a couple of these farms. The cow barn and the other one you can go inside. Okay, here's the farm you can purchase with the cow barn. It's like $716,000. It holds 281 cows or buffalo. Holds a fair amount of food, 150,000 liters of food, 500,000 manure, 100,000 slurry. It does not show milk. This farm includes a gas tank there. Your silo holds 500,000. Then you got some storage barns over here. You have a lime station and then your house over here. All right, let me show you another farm. Most of them are kind of ordinary, but let me show you this other one. Okay, for $350,000. The house on this one is really unique. Okay, you got a garage here you can get your truck stuff in. You have a huge silo that holds 5.4 million. It does have a dryer on there if you can find some propane. You got a fertilizer tank, seed tank. You got a barn over here that holds some stuff, 200 pallets of stuff or bales. You got a fuel tank. You got a storage place there for some equipment. And this barn holds 500 bales of something. So that's pretty cool. And you could store equipment in there. But let me show you the house. The house on this map is incredible. At night, lights around the deck light up. Very nicely done. You got this beautiful deck out here. Got the good old American flag right there. How cool is that? All right, now check this out. Anywhere in here you see a question mark, it's like an activity thing. So I can come over here and I can turn the TV on. It's not animated, but still, you can turn that on and off. Check this out. Okay, I'm hungry. I'm going to fry me an egg. I'm going to eat the egg. Pretty cool. Okay, you come in here. That's your sleep button and your wardrobe button in there. Okay, you got a little office in here. Pretty nice bathroom with toilet paper and a hanging towel. Nice touch. But check this out. Well, look at my laundry right there. Well, I want to do my laundry. I'm going to put it in the thing, and you have to wait for it to be done. All right, let's go upstairs. This is great for role playing. Okay, you got this nice sitting area in the loft. Very nice. Very nicely done. Okay, there's a room for my 10-year-old. You'd have to sleep over. His buddy stays in there. And you have their bathroom. Pretty nice. Complete with also towel, toilet paper, some body wash over here. Nice touches. All right, let me go outside. I got to show you one more thing about this house. That's a very nice look. Nice look. Okay, so once your wash is done, you can come out here and hang it on the line. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So great for role playing, and you can take it off the line. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Okay, so that's the gist of this map. It's the rural farmlands of Ohio. It's in the heart of the United States of America. It does have some custom crops. We'll mention those in a second. Animal food is a little custom. You've seen this on some other maps where you have to go where silage for cows, hay is only 60%, grass is 80% though. Okay, the food for sheep, for grass you get 85%, silage is 10%, root crops are 5%. So there you go. And for chickens, your base food, which is like wheat or sorghum or barley, is 70%, and grain, their corn, is 25%, and then root crops are 5%. Okay, it does have custom weather here in Ohio. It matches, tries to match the climate in Ohio, southeastern portion of Ohio. It has custom sunrises and sunsets, very dark nights, increased productions, milk production. If you have dairy cows, it takes 28 months for cows to produce milk, 13 months for goats. Okay, some of the custom crops there you're going to have. You got alfalfa, clover, flowering catch crop, green rye, spelt, silage maize, triticale, vexed rye, winter wheat, and winter barley. Those are your custom crops there on the map. Okay, that's all I got. I'm Farmer Teacher. Share this with your farming buddies. It's a pretty cool map. The rural farmlands of Ohio. The rural farmlands of Ohio. Keep your eyes open for Bigfoot. By the way, there are 50 collectibles, 67 farmlands, 34 fields, and those 5 farms that I showed you. So that's it. I'll see you on the next go-round. Bye-bye.